Hello, it's that college football guy here with another video. Well, folks, I did a little research. You're going to see me looking off camera again. Oh no, we're doing this again. First off, everybody, thanks everybody for watching the video. I know we're doing a little bit of this with the phone, but I'm still getting used to doing this free-handed cell phone and grab stuff. I know it's annoying as hell. I know. First off, if you get a chance, please check out John Kurtz. Man, he's a great guy for having on Facebook, for on YouTube. He's got a great channel. Please go free to check him out. He did an interview. Bring my notes right here with Bob Thompson, the former president of Fox Sports, who said that basically if you wanted to figure out if a school financially was good enough to get in, is basically you take the average revenue from the schools and they have to make the television revenue amount more than the average. That is what he said. That's a guaranteed shoe-in. That's what's like for USC and UCLA coming as a package deal. The estimated revenue for the Big Ten was $55 million at that point projected. So that means between the two of them, they had to make $110 million more than what the average Big Ten member made for them to get in. But with USC's revenue, which is absolutely ridiculous, they got in. But remember I brought about the fact about the contest. And we had some comments about they don't make enough money. Folks, I'm going to dash some dreams today. I'm sorry. But these numbers don't lie. And this is ugly. I found a list of total revenue. Not just football revenue, but total revenue for everything. All revenue made by every university. And what found out something interesting was that basically, remember the equation was average plus has to be greater than future conference average plus. Now, basically what John said was basically if you got the TV revenue guaranteed what the conference is, not what they're projected or what they actually make, but what they're supposed to make every year based on the TV agreement. The TV money per year for the Pac-12, that's $35 million. And if you add that into the average, they have to, basically the future school is going to have, with their plus money, counting the TV revenue, figuring in what it was going to be, which is, if it's the 35, you're doing that. But there's a floor later on. He said, there's stuff you can check out. I figured out the floor. I think the floor is my equation, which is the plus number for barely making $1 million more than every other school. I think that's the floor, and the $35 million would be guaranteed in, because that means you're actually doing a significant contribution to everybody. We're talking $3 to $5 million a school, making more money, so that you're a strong contributor to getting this in here. So, total revenue list. I threw in SMU, Houston, and the dark horse I thought of, Rice, because they're an AAU school. This is horrible. I'm not even about to lie. This is horrible. This is the revenue, the total revenue made. I'm going to do this in order. I get in two columns. I got the Pac-12 in the column left on my paper, and I got the Mountain West Conference / the entire Mountain West Conference / the schools that were linked to SMU and Houston being the two. I don't think Houston's going to cash out the Big 12. And with this revenue, I'm kind of... Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself. And now, I didn't do this the way they had this, like... It's not $58,907,000 and $607,622. I didn't do that. I did round it off to tenths of a million because that makes the math a lot easier. I'm just that way. So here's the list here, folks. And you're going to try to do it side by side. It's not going to look too good, is it? Not really. It's going to be kind of bad. So I apologize ahead of time. But number one in revenue among Pac-12 schools was Washington at $137.6 million. Next we have Stanford at $133.6. Then Cal at 105. Oregon, fourth at 103. Arizona State, 101.9. Colorado, 95.6. Arizona, 93.5. Utah, 89.9. Oregon State, 77. Washington State, 69.3. I'm doing an order. Notice something? I haven't mentioned any of the other schools yet. And we've done the entire Pac-12. First school out of the list is SMU at 68.8. That's worse than Washington State, the worst school. Houston at 67.4, San Diego State at 58.3, Colorado State at 56.9, UNLV, for all they're losing, 47.3, third best in the Mountain West Conference in revenue. Fresno State, 46.1, Hawaii, 43.7, Boise State, 42.7, Utah State, 42.6, the AAU school, Rice, $42 million. Nevada, 39.7. Wyoming, 39.3. New Mexico, 37.6. San Jose State, 33.7. Doesn't this revenue sound good? Okay. You added up all of the schools in tenths of a million. You know what you get? $1,006.4 million. which divide that by 10 is 100.64 mil. Now, if you were being a guaranteed shoe-in to get in, you'd have to do a $35 million a year for the Pac-12 revenue, or $30 million. If you say to do 35, that means 135.64 million. You'd have to make more than that, counting your revenue minus, it's your revenue what you make, and then Mountain West Conference only pays 4. They pay 35, so you'd have to add the difference. You add 31 million to it, but the problem is, you had 31 million in these schools, none of them are shoe-in. Okay, let's do the smaller number. Let's do the 11. Well, that'll make 111.64. So 11 million out of these schools. 79 for SMU, 78 for Houston, 69 for San Diego State, 67 for Colorado State, 58 for UNLV, 57 for Fresno State. See the point here? You have to be north of 111 to hit the floor for financial revenue for the Pac-12. 111 for the floor, and the highest one is SMU, hit 79. Revenue-wise, you're 30, almost 40 million under where you need to be. Now, if we did the 35, yeah, SMU be at 103. That's nice, but you need 135.6 to get in. You're still 35 to 40 million down. Nobody makes enough money out of the Pac-12 revenue. This is adding, if you're adding television revenue to your already existing deal. You add the 11 million to make the floor, you're on there. The difference on there is 68 million. The floor of this is 15 point, and I have to myself, the 15.8 aggregate. I did make a mistake, and I apologize that I just did that right now. I just realized that. I said, wait a minute, I didn't add the 15.8 difference, because the 15.8 aggregate is what they actually paid out. So you take the 15.8, that's the 19.8 minus the 4 million the Mountain West paid, 15.8. So you add 15.8 to actually get this on the top school. 68.8, 15.8 is 84.6. Adding 11 is 95. That's still under the 111. So even with my mistake of not adding in the plus system, which is the extra television revenue you would have got if you would have been the Pac-12, you had 31 million in? Okay, fine. So that's going to put you up to 109. That's nice. Problem is, you still need another 26 million. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry, and I'm a big Mountain West guy. I lived in Vegas for 40 years. I grew up in that city. Nobody makes enough money. I'm sorry, they don't. Like, if you put in the revenue here, like literally, like I said, the television revenue they actually made last year of 19.8 million in the Pac-12. Mountain West made 4. So in order to make them equivalent of Mountain West School being equivalent, you have to go about 15.8. But the problem is, I can't do that with SMU because they are an American school. They're paid $7 million a year, so that's $3 million less. So it'll only be $12.8 million over that. So $12.8 million would only make them at 81.6, and then 81.6. That's all you're going to get. 81.6. Sorry, everybody. I think what I'm going to do is, let me know if you want to do this. I might just make a pinned comment out of it. I may just do, I know the fridge and the freezer are getting back in, because I'm sitting so far out here because I'm looking at these numbers and I'm not believing what I'm seeing. When I started writing this down, I realized, is this actually accurate? That the worst school in the Pac-12 makes more money than the best candidate, let alone the best school, who's making almost... Wait a minute. I just looked at this. I just realized it. 68.8 times 2 is 137.6. Just did that in my head. 137.6 is exactly what Washington made. Exactly double what the number one candidate made. The Pac-12, if they add another school, is going to take a drop in revenue per year. They're going to take a drop, folks. You really think anybody's going to do that? I don't think so. I think that if they take the TV deal, it's good enough. The Pac-12 is going to basically, unfortunately, revert back to the Pac-10. So we need more games for more content. Are you going to make up the loss of the revenue we're going to get from these guys? Because financially, the two best candidates, they don't get Houston, are SMU and San Diego State. Those are the two best financial candidates. The top four is I don't think Houston's going to turn down more money to go to the Pac-12 to possibly make less. I don't see that. So that means the top four candidates based on money are SMU, San Diego State, Colorado State, and UNLV. That's based on last year's revenue, though. That's not a 5-year average. That's just based on last year's revenue. So I don't know if they're doing a 1-year average, a 5-year average, or a 10-year. I have no idea. I just thought I'd put this up there for you. Let you know what's going on about 1-year averages. Like I said, so if you add the 7 million in the AAC means your 19.8 drops to 12. So they're making 80 million or 79 million, which is still less than the 111. San Diego State made 58. They're going to make 15. That puts them at 80. Puts them at 73. Still way under. So nobody comes close to making enough revenue to make this work. What do you think? Tell me what you think down in the comments. If you want me to do a pinned comment and do all the, I could do it. A pinned comment of what the average is for every school, and then and pin down the comments for the top contenders and show you what they are, I'll be more than happy to do that. But anyway, thanks everybody for watching the video. I know it's annoying, but thank you for watching. If you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. Comments down below. You want me to make a pinned comment for all the numbers here? I can do that if you want. As I'm finishing the video, a fire truck goes by. Gotta love it. Life in Tennessee. And please, if you like the video, subscribe to the channel. You know, we gotta try to make this channel grow. Again, I'm not trying to do the crazy stuff and trying to do the things about getting all the way up to 200 subscribers. I'm not doing that. I'm just happy to get one. If I can get one a day, I'll be happy. Eventually, we're going to get there. We're going to climb and grow together. So thanks, everyone, for watching the video. And as always, everyone, please be good to each other.